Have you guys ever seen some of the Formula 1 driver sim like Lando Norris? They have like a racing sim at home. A lot of the YouTubers has it. A lot of the gamer has it. They have like a really fancy, cool racing sim at home. It's like it costs a lot of money. And you want something like that, you know, what does it feel about actually driving with the steering wheel but on a computer? To be one of those yourself, you think it costs a lot of money because it's so big, it looks cool. Well, today actually this video I'll be talking about how to actually spending the minimum amount of money to build a racing sim. So we have two goals here. First goal is actually just spending as less money as possible, just really extremely minimum budget. As long as it's playable, you can, you know, actually play it. The other one we're gonna look at a little more how like you know, more a little fancier experience. But when I call fancy, I don't mean like really expensive stuff. I mean like a little better experience, but still at a low budget. So this is my racing stuff back here. You guys can see it. It doesn't really look really pretty, but technically it only cost me $300, which is actually $299 for the paddles and the steering wheel. That's it. But you might ask why? Where is all these came from? This is where we'll say the two tiers. So tier 1, which is the lower budget one, you don't really need all this stuff right here. All you really need in order to play is the steering wheel and paddle, which they come in with one package. I have the Logitech G920. I don't exactly remember. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now with the price. Pretty much one of the cheapest steering wheel you will find without actually sacrificing too much quality. This is customizable. You can download the Logitech G Hub to customize different buttons. What does it do? This whole thing made out of leather and aluminum. It actually feels really good. And with the pedal, you actually got 3 pedals. I know some of the cheaper option you only get 2 pedals, which is the accelerator pedal and the brake pedal. You don't get a clutch. This one you do get a clutch. You do get pedal shifter, aluminum pedal shifter, and really good force feedback. Well, the thing a lot of people actually might not know while they're watching this video, actually I know it after I got this like first time using this steering wheel, is this steering wheel is actually not just like a, you know, steering wheel. Well, it's off right now, so it's like not doing anything. There's nothing feedback, but they actually gave you feedback like you were driving a regular car. You can counter steer and you can feel the steering wheel like will go against you when you are turning and stuff. You can actually know if the tires have no traction or anything. You can feel the bump. Like when I was driving on Nürburgring in the sim, obviously, you can feel the bumps through the steering wheel. You kind of know which tire, which wheels have non-traction. This is a good thing about this force feedback steering wheel, is it feels more like driving an actual car. So let's talk into it. So this steering wheel and paddle is $299. Another thing I paid for is $20 for a copy of Assetto Corsa, and that's it. So you might ask, what about, you know, this stand, about this big monitor, what about the gaming laptop right here that's running the Assetto Corsa? Are those like, you know, money? So technically you don't really need this stand. I have it, it just kind of looks cool, but this thing you can actually, this steering wheel thing, you can actually put it on a table. It has a little snatch you can put on the table. The big monitor, if we only talk about playable, you don't really need the big monitor. You can play on your laptop screen and that works just fine. A little smaller, you do get a big experience upgrade if you do have the monitor, which we're gonna talk about in the tier 2, the little fancier tier. But if you just want it to be playable, you don't really need a monitor, or you can find some old TV or anything. It doesn't have to be good, it just have to be big. If you don't have it, you can just laptop screen. And the third thing is that laptop. That laptop is funny. So I bought that laptop like 5 years ago. When I bought it, it's kind of expensive. It's about $1,000. It's an entry-level gaming laptop. It's by Lenovo. It has a GTX 1050 Ti. It runs the Assetto Corsa perfectly, no problem at all. You can probably go with a lower spec than that to run a Assetto Corsa because it doesn't really need, the Assetto Corsa doesn't require that much graphic demand. This laptop is a little different. I actually just put it here permanently for the sim. But if you don't have a separate laptop, you can actually use your own laptop, current laptop, doing the sim. Whenever you need it, you just kind of like plug it into the steering wheel and everything, and it will set it all to go. So technically, the only two things you need to pay for is the $20 for a copy of Assetto Corsa, which is kind of the standard for the racing sim. It gives you the best physics. You can download different track. It has a lot of track on here, and if you want, you can actually download a lot of different track on here. And the second thing will be just these pedals, and that's it. So overall, you will be paying around a little over $300, which is pretty cheap already. Maybe you can go on eBay to find some used one of these guys, or even older generation from Logitech that work just as good. Then you can go shave off even more money money. But what do you see right here? This is tier 2. So let's about tier 2 here. The reason why I say tier 2, so I actually have a dedicated gaming laptop right here. But this laptop is beat up. This is actually a broken laptop. I tried to sell it earlier and nobody will offer more than $200 for this laptop because the keyboard is broken, the spacebar is broken, a lot of ports are broken, the screen is off, and I glued it back using super glue. Falling apart basically. Just thinking, oh, why don't I just put it here as like a permanent sim setup? Leave it here only for the sim, because most of the time when you're using the sim behind the steering wheel, you're not using a keyboard. So technically the broken keyboard is, doesn't really matter that much. I have this monitor. This monitor is also old, really bad monitor. Viewing angle is just horrible, which you can't really do color grading on that because color is just too off. I just use it as a sim. With the sim, you don't really need good color accuracy monitor, good viewing angle, as long as it's big enough for you to see the road. That's it. And I bought one of these stands. This stand is actually $100, not like a racing stand. When you sit in there, it's more mimic the sitting position when you are actually in a car. You don't really need it, but it's $90 on Amazon. Like I said, with everything before, you can probably get all of these things with a cheaper price for use. Get it on eBay. That's what I go with, is all of these. So the total price tag of this entire thing, it'll be about $700. This is the fancier tier. Like I said, you don't really need to buy a separate laptop for it. I do recommend you getting a big screen though. You can buy it as crappy as you can get, as long as it's bright, about a proper monitor, but it doesn't have to be good. It can just be cheap, bright enough, it's big enough. So overall, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I do tech review, and I'm publishing a lot of video right now. Probably the time you are watching this video, I am in Salt Lake City recording a vlog on the iPhone with the Tesla. That video probably coming up soon. Alright, so see you guys in the next video. Peace!